has come from Foria's side, and Lee bestows a horn to the theme, so close now. Demon, ice and blood staining peace and tight, locking it away in darkness once more, and peace reigns once more.
The Sugar Bowl offers a variety of entertainments for the weary traveler. Tell Zadazi, what is your preference? Slow and sweet, or fast and vigorous? Ah, this one is talking about the music, of course.
Many hungry mouths in Rimmon as of late. Saze just wishes she had the power to help feed them all.
Would you like to hear the words of our beginnings? It was Azura who shaped us according to the will of her mother, Fadomai. The Khajiit were made to be fastest, cleverest, and most beautiful. Azura gave us the gifts to climb to great heights, to deceive those who may harm us. Mother to all creatures was furious that we had changed our shape. She turned our sweet grasslands to dry desert, our tall forests to thickets of thorns. Yes, by giving us the secrets of the moons and how to change our shapes. From this wisdom came the Pamars and the Dagi, the Alfiq and the Oms. This is why the Khajiit remain faithful to Azura, despite Nani's great punishment.
What then became of me, I dare not say. We must survive despite the ravages of life. Cruel night.
My friend! Oh, Busby is so happy to... so happy to see a familiar face. Busby left Shrenda's cradle as she said she would. Remember? This one knew life would be hard outside the Adaptorium. She knows no one, you see. And with so much trouble in the land, there are few to help Busby along. You make it sound so terrible. Busby does... Busby does good work here, aiding the sick as best she is able, giving what she can to those in need, you see? A servant of Srendar should not need hearty meals and feather-down mattresses. You have a good heart, Walker, but no. Busby will never return to the Adaptorium, not after what she learned.
100 apologies, Walker. Oh, forgive Tahara. Her worry gets the better of her. One of my menagerie's most terrifying beasts escaped from its cage. I turned my back for only a moment to speak to an onlooker, you see, and wow, the monster burst free! Oh, a vicious beast with ravening jaws and beady black eyes. The Brett and Tahara bought it from called the creature Bertel. But do not let its silly name fool you. You seem capable. If you find Bertel, I will gladly share some of my profits with you. This one is humbled by your generosity, Walker. She will see you fully compensated for the danger of this task. Of course, Tahara will answer what she can. I warn you, though, you may learn more than you'd like. Tales of Bertel can rattle your very soul. Yes, of course. It stalks on 4 clawed feet, standing as high at the shoulder as Tahara is at her waist. Its fur is blood-burnished gold, and its floppy ears dangle like curtains at the cheek, framing a muzzle filled with yellow teeth. Yes! Oh, Walker, you will never meet a more fearsome creature. To think the noble wolf bred into such a compact frame of death and horror. In the Khajiit tongue, Ta'agra, the word for dog, means death. Can you believe that? Well, no. Dog just means dog. But still, you know what Tahara is telling you.
Oh, for the love of dog droppings. All over my new sandals, too. Damn. At last, Queen Chimera wears the crown.
This one is excited, yes, though perhaps not quite as obviously so as you are. As it stands, the challenges she overcame proves that she deserves to lead elsewhere against the obstacles that remain.
Yes, exactly. She was brave and bold enough to confront Euraxia and win. Plus, she stopped the dragons from gaining whatever power they were seeking. Definitely queen material.
As you said, this one looks forward to seeing what she does next.
Jalar hopes you have a good reason for interrupting his meal. You're either the best-dressed beggar I have ever seen, or this is some kind of con. What's your game, Walker? What? You want to buy this one's leftovers? That is odd, but you've got a deal. I've been wanting to try out some of the sugared jerky from the stall down the row anyway. All yours, Walker.
My hero returns with the dread Bertel in tow. Surely the creature is under some powerful spell. Your magics astound even me. Ah, indeed you do. The Gorger of Glenumbra captured once more. Its bestial intellect swayed by the promise of grisly table scraps. This, could you work with me here? It's part of the mystique. Just take your gold and act astounded, all right? The Gorger of Glenumbra returns! Feast your eyes upon his rippling musculature before he regains his appetite and feasts upon us all!
Do you think it's safe to keep such creatures in the middle of town? If that dog escapes again, who knows what it will do?
Greetings, Walker. By Mara's ties, if it's not the hero of Riverhold. Mizik Thunderboots, at your service. This one would offer to buy you a drink, but he has caught the scent of a most curious investigation. No time for taverns while this one's on duty.
An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Mizik was hired, yes? He steps in when all other justice fails. Correct. This one searches for Xynthia, daughter of Ishu. However, Mizik's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with the young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation is solved, the better. A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to Ishu first. See if he has any new information for us. His house is just south of the marketplace. Can't miss it. Mizik Thunderboots is a Khajiit of action. Well, he does not wish to merely boast of his prowess. This one aims to prove such skill. Just as soon as we have a little more to go on, of course. This one will confess, while Mizik is confident in his skills of investigation, he struggles with the more alarming situations his line of work often entails. Such as when large people threaten him with very sharp daggers. Not this investigation, thank the moons. Well, not yet. That is where your expertise comes along, yes? Your bravery. This one's cunning and a few good leads are all we need to solve this mystery. It is a good name, no? Mizik Thunderboots. When scoundrels hear the footsteps of his boots, they will quake in fear. Oh, well, perhaps you are right. Not very subtle, is it?
Congratulations on finding the finest cloth merchant in all of Riverhold. Thadara can see that you are in desperate need of a renovation. Ah, Thadara was wondering how much is inside, but it smells like hot horse cheeks. Your friend Rigger told you about the delivery fee? Yes. The courier who brought Rigger's rotten package was promised payment upon delivery. Thadara assumed someone would eventually come to claim its disgusting contents, so she paid the fee herself. It's only fair that Thadara be reimbursed, yes? You can see the courier's invoice for yourself. Thadara wouldn't want you to think you are being cheated. Everything seems correct, yes? Thank you, friend. Thadara had doubts about accepting a strange package that smells like curdled dog slobber, but it felt like the right thing to do. Please visit again if you'd like Thadara to help with your embarrassing sense of style.
Are you here about this one, Cynthia? Has she been found? Yes, of course. Cynthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Jakajit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her. Cynthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. Ah, and she always wears a gold necklace. No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Cynthia was taken, it might be her. The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the Sand Gardens. Ishu will pray for your swift success. To help find this one's darling Cynthia, Ishu will answer any question.
What do you know? A customer. Salutations. Mel the Musical at your service. Are you here for a performance? Ishu, the Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go through that. If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately, if you catch my drift. Very good, then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret it. She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business, after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more and more suspicious. In fact, there's been a lot of that in Riverhold. Suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure.
Saw you heading this way. Find anything of interest? Oh, the stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker? Oh, looks to be a coat. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ah, yes! The sleeping badger is a rock formation, just south of Riverhold. But this bit about the sweet trip, that music doesn't understand. Music will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But that is where your expertise comes in handy, yes? Music is all right. Dark wounds! Apologies. This one is fine.
He goes to the city for the big pockets. He enjoys the attention.
Feeling a bit... needs to stop doing that. Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers. That necklace must belong to Zinthia. Come, let us speak away from this place.
You wouldn't catch me anywhere near that Crypt of Hearts. Leave that to braver folk like yourself.
Stay low in the grass. We've got ruddy fangs up on the hillside, and probably more down on the other side of the cliff. The ruddy fangs are the biggest bandit pride this side of the Scar, and probably south of the Scar too. This bunch has been preying on refugees fleeing the dragons, as if they haven't lost enough. Shook me down too, bastards. I'm not hiding, I'm waiting. Thought I might sneak into camp at an opportune moment and get back what's mine. But I've been out here for nearly a day now. I should probably just get back to Riverhold before I pass out. You do that? It's a backpack, Imperial Legion make. It was my husband's. It's just some personal items, things he had before there were damn dragons. Sorry, I'm tired and hungry. I should go. Find me at the inn in Riverhold, and thanks.
missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes messier with every step we take. This one is unsure, though it is possible Issue may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name, yes? That does ring a bell or two. If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
Khajiit does not like growing old, but loves Move! Now!
You and I need to speak, now!
Hey, you came. Did the Ruddy Fang still have my things? This means a lot, really. I don't have much left to remember him by. The things in this pack and the condolences of the Legion paymaster every month when I collect his due. Take the gold. I don't need it. You've more than earned it. I didn't really expect anyone to help a Legion widow out here. The Khajiit don't have much love for the Empire these days. Besides, they've got enough of their own problems. Dragons and usurpers and undead. This whole world's coming apart. I'm going to make a small memorial shrine over my hearth. If I still have a hearth. I won't know until there's a break in the fighting long enough that I can get home. I barely avoided a battle between the Dominion and the Covenant on the way here.
We must survive despite the ravages of life, cruel life. With its
I must admit, you and Thunderboots make quite the charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigator, why, it's been sleek entertainment, truly. But now you tread upon sand that are best left undisturbed. take it as a friendly warning. I hear that you seek Ishu's daughter, yes? I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left. I speak truthfully. He had one daughter, and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner, and drop your investigation. Now.
Decades later, who are we? And after that dire crucible of death, did we pay too high a price to walk away knowing all we know? What then became of us? No one should say. We have survived despite the ravages of life, cruel life, with its suffering and injustice. When death hounded us, but can we thrive after what we paid to get here? Who are we now? We dare not say. The march of darkness goes on. What can we do? What have we become?
You look as good as moon sugar. Careful, or Tajiri might lick you.
Whatever shall I do?
Bright moons look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While music distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north of the tavern. Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Ishu hire music? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp? Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
From your jaunty roads, sing of riches to be won. Let down your mane and join in our game. We've only just begun. Place your wager.
Tajiri, is that you? We need more groceries for the house. There's barely anything to eat. And would it kill you to tidy up our room once in a while? The upstairs is a mess.
Over here. This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally. Blue serpents? 4-pointed paint? If Mizik had to guess, this poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark. That's it! The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that will lead us to Xynthia. Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather unexpected direction, which is a bit worrisome if he's being honest. It is strange, isn't it? With an operation as intricate as this, it seems odd that these smugglers would target a Khajiit of such limited wealth. This one agrees, but let us first check these smuggler caches. The note said that the goods were leaving town today, yes? That could include Xynthia. Oh dear. Mizik is all right. Could that be the painted mark we seek? Oh. If that cheese isn't illegal, it should be. What a smell! That painted mark seems curious, no? Somerset wine, eh? Not illegal, but incredibly taxed. Mizik has a feeling this bottle didn't find its way to Riverhold through virtuous means. Dark moons! Needs to stop doing that. Oh dear. Mizik needs to stop doing that. Mizik sees a painted mark ahead. A very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Cynthia. That mark has 4 points, like the note says. This barrel smells sweet, but also rotten. What could it be? Dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat.
Yes, any news of this one, Cynthia? Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have they? Have the smugglers sold her? By Joan and Joe, please say it isn't so. No, of course not. Ishu has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Ishu do if his Cynthia is harmed? May bright moons watch over you. Oh, really? Well, Ishu supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food, and belly rubs. But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a Jekuzit sometimes. I think she's jealous.
I warned you, Thunderboots. And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave. That again? I told you, Ishu's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things! Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. You're...
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the Rogue. Good to know. Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her. We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Ishu's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
were fresh sugar claws. I didn't even see who ran.
Izahen once studied with the moon singers of Ralka, but telling stories didn't suit him. This one is much too literal for such work as that.
There! Riteza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards. There! Riteza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
Unsurprisingly, the Alfik are often disrespected outside of Elyswer. Here, everyone knows we are just as clever as any other Khajiit. But outside of these lands? Well, there is a reason the Alfik do not travel.
Curse your meddling! Elyswer the rogue, caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Meeoow was expecting. In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Rideza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet this whole time. This is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Meeoow just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the Banished Regrets? Drinks are on Meeoow. Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
Ishu is so pleased that you were able to find Cynthia. Finally, this one's family can be reunited. What do you mean? Ishu gave you every detail about his precious Cynthia that he could think of. Was is safe and Meeoow will have his payment. Rideza has become just as greedy and cruel as her mother. How can Ishu accept such a daughter? Especially one who has already caused him to suffer. Rideza will face the justice of Riverhold's guards, as she deserves. If she wants to make peace, Ishu will make peace. After all, a quiet life for him and his family is all this one asked for. If Rideza wishes to be a part of that, she may be, but it is up to her.
You think that Rideza the rogue is finished? It's only a matter of time before I'm back on the streets. And when that happens, you best watch your back. When I came back to Riverhold, I went to see my fool of a father. It's been years since Mother and I left, and I was feeling sentimental, I suppose. Stupidly sentimental. He didn't even recognize me. Of the cat? No, I just wanted to make him suffer. He's always been obsessed with his damn pets. That's why Mother left him, you know. He's so caught up in his little family that he didn't have time for us. For me. Maybe you're right. Just another delinquent with papa problems. Isn't that just the way?
You know, I wasn't too sure about Thunderboots when he first came to town. Thought he would just cause more trouble than he solved. But thanks to the both of you, we can finally put Rideza the rogue behind bars. No, not too long. But it never takes much time for these kind of operations to wreak havoc on towns like Riverhold. I'm just glad we could nip it in the bud. Rideza herself, however, has been troubling Elyswer for years now. Moldy moon sugar by itself will do little more than make a Khajiit ill. The trouble is when that same moon sugar is distilled into tainted skooma. It's an unfortunately common practice, given that moldy moon sugar is so cheap. Most likely. It's a vile thing to sell, though. Tainted skooma causes some of the most horrific reactions I've ever seen. Days of vivid nightmares and awful pain, often followed by an agonizing death. A truly horrible way to go.
Why a sleepy town like Riverhold would need an investigator, I'll never know. And yet Mystic Thunderboots has set himself up in the Banished Regrets, just raring to solve a case. Tch, what a fool.
We don't have a choice, Izanji.
And what? You expect
Welcome
us
to
to
the
destroy
House of Histories. You'll find no grander collection of curiosities and memorabilia in all of Elyswer. I would offer you a tour, but we're currently investigating a most unfortunate theft. An ancient mural called the Ridana di Renada, otherwise known as the Song of Kingdoms. It chronicles the time when Elyswer was 16 united kingdoms working in harmony. Unfortunately, it was shattered when the kingdoms entered into conflict. Yes, into exactly 16 pieces. My brother and I found and restored each and every one. And then, just as we were about to put all the pieces together again, they were stolen. Who would even do such a thing? Thank you for offering to help. Oddly enough, the thief did leave a note mentioning a grave of snake men. I suspect it refers to the tomb of the serpents, an old Akaviri crypt. Hopefully that is where you will find the missing pieces. Yes, it is. But that clue is all we have at the moment. It actually reminds me of the old Khajiiti legend, Rajin and a Trail of Ink. Perhaps our thief is a fan of the trickster god. Wouldn't be too surprising. He was a renowned thief who possessed the Ring of Khajiiti, which allowed him to be invisible, silent, and quick. He ascended to become an immortal trickster god and patron to thieves. Rajin and the Trail of Ink is but one of his many legends. Many moons ago, when Rajin was still but a thief and not yet a god, he met a beautiful soldier named Captain Nasuna. He was captivated by Nasuna's beauty and skill, but she scorned all of his advances. So, Rajin set out to woo her. Nasuna guarded a merchant's estate. 5 times Rajin entered this estate, stealing an item and hiding it elsewhere. He left clues behind for the captain, daring her to recover what he stole. And each time she prevailed, for she was as clever as he. Rajin was proving himself. By stealing these items, he showed his cunning. By hiding them away, he showed his honor. By leaving clues, he showed his respect. And it worked. Nasuna was won over and agreed to be his lover. As I've said, many thieves wish to emulate the great Rajin. Leaving clues at the scene of the crime is one way to demonstrate their cleverness. Perhaps it is so with whoever stole the mural. Let us hope.
on our backs.
A family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri. Of course, of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. Do not be a stranger, yes? A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for? After such a successful investigation, Mizik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in turbulent times, Walker. Dragons, tyrants, necromancy. There is no end to Elyswer's suffering as of late, and yet so much is overlooked. Those in power have priorities, and the petty problems of the common folk, they tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizik does not offer his help, who will? Of course. But first and foremost, it is Mizik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at all. This, he swears. Mizik's investigations take him many places, so it is hard to call one town home. But he's enjoyed his time in the Riverhold. He has a comfortable tavern room and a steady supply of clients. Well, a steadier supply of clients. Honestly? Just the one. A bard's flute was stolen while he was drinking in the tavern. He was very certain another musician had stolen it out of jealousy. Quickly, it turned out to be the innkeeper who stole the flute. This bard could not play in tune to save his life, and it was driving away business. So, Mizik suggested that the bard seek another tavern. A happy solution for everyone involved.
Sing of riches to be won. Let down your mail.
You can't rob me. Those Avernos already took me for all I had. 4 bottles of cheap wine. That's all I'm worth. You can't take that either. I drank 'em. It's all gone now. Everything. When this town hits bottom, I'll be there, waiting. Does it matter? You're no friend of mine. I haven't got any. I made sure. The wine was friendly enough, but that'll leave me too. You wanna be my friend? Grab me a few more bottles. Just to get me to sleep. Hopefully not wake up. Oh yeah? When was that? Was it a good score? Tell me you got my cut. How much is that? Is that a lot? It looks like a lot. Guess I did pretty good, huh? Who needs the Mages Guild? All I need is my focus. Where is my focus? Somebody stole my focus! Ah, who cares? I was gonna sell it for more wine anyway. Or did I?
My helpful friend. Rigert is pleased to see you return from the desert with your limbs intact. Did you find a misplaced package in Riverhold? Ah, Rigert forgot about the fee. You will find it shocking, but Rigert forgets many things. Especially on the days he drinks mead. Which is all of the days. Don't be worried. Rigert will pay you back as soon as we finish this diplomatic mission. Canon Reeve Jusdo of Alabaster. I am Rigert of Windhelm. On behalf of the Skald King, I present you with a gift of peace from the Nords to bring our cultures closer.
Is your gift rancid cabbage? Because it smells like rancid cabbage.
Not at all! Rigert brought our finest snowy saber-cat coats. Although they may have been stored near cabbage. And the cabbage may have gone bad.
Your gift is clothes made from slaughtered cats? This isn't a peace offering, it is a war crime!
These are the finest coats in all of Windhelm. Who wouldn't want to be wrapped in our warm and luscious... cat skins?
Tell your Skald King that if he wants our war to continue, Queen Irene will be happy to oblige.
Rigert's message will be heard by Queen Irene, leader of the Aldmeri Dominion? Rigert feels so important.
hands needed at Mother's farm! You saw Roxargo's flyers, yes? Mother had him post them across the valley. Help wanted for Sweetwater Farmstead. Ah, Sweetwater, our home sweet home. Are you interested in a job? We need more farmhands. You see, our farmhands have gone missing lately. So, we need more. You ask a lot of questions, yes? Mother just told me to stand here and find more farmhands. So I did. You have questions? Talk to Mother at our farm. Her name is Kidea, though you should call her ma'am. That is only polite, yes? The farm is just up the road north of here. And don't worry if Mother seems cross. Roxargo's brother came home for a visit, and they have been arguing. The farmhands left. This one does not know why. Mother was very upset, so Roxargo offered to hang the flyers. And look, it worked! You came to help our farm.
Ah, you must have been drawn by the scent of my rising dough. And don't be shy about staring at Rigart's muscles as he stirs. Did you bring the honey flowers? If there's one thing Rigart knows about the cats, they love their sweets. Nonsense! Rigart's belly doesn't care if meat or meat is swallowed first. So why should the mixing bowl be any different, huh? Rigart has gone far in life by treating every situation like he treats his belly. Give Rigart the flowers and he will add them. I saw Asaldak, the famous Khajiit sweet maker by the Merryvale Farms fountain. Ask him to try my sweetbread. His endorsement will change the Khajiiti belief that Nords only eat frozen potatoes and inspire a pastry-based esteem between our cultures.
Asaldak understands why you would want to approach him, but he only signs autographs at special events, and he only talks to his admirers at them. Actually, he never talks to his admirers. Asaldak was once invited to Skyrim to try their so-called delicacies, but declined due to a disdain for cold weather, and bad food, and Nords in general. Asaldak will try this Nord sweetbread for a laugh. Tell him Asaldak will be there shortly. This Nord better be finished with his cooking by the time Asaldak arrives. Asaldak does not like to be kept waiting. Because, unlike you, I spent time mastering my craft instead of asking stupid questions. Asaldak redefined food in Elyswer. He was personal chef to the main. He has prepared food for many slobbering Nords, but has never seen one cook anything edible.
Rigart's sweetbread turned out better than expected. It's perfectly brown and tough enough to break a mammoth tooth. Everything should be tough. Our teeth can't grow stronger if we don't challenge them with unyielding treats. When Rigart was a baby, his mother had him suck on rocks to comfort his sore gums. Now his bite is strong enough to snap a bristleback's tusk. It's an honor to meet you, Asaldak. On behalf of Yoren Skald King, please enjoy Windhelm's famous sweetbread.
Did you bring the bread with you from Skyrim? It's hard as a rock.
Harder than a rock. Rigert made some improvisations to the original recipe.
It doesn't smell too wretched. Asaldak will attempt to take a bite without breaking a tooth.
What do you think? Impressive? Delicious? Ferocious?
Atrocious. Why is it filled with flowers? Why are the flowers covered in dirt? Why are there insects in the dirt? How did you make something so terrible?
Could you please stop stomping around like that? My head is pounding enough as it is. Shore's bones. We never should have eaten those sugar cakes. Rachin sugar cakes. Our manager, Bakargo, tried to warn us about them, but what kind of band would we be if we paid attention to warnings? Ah, Rigert. The last time I felt this bad was when I tried to beat him in a mead drinking contest. We don't want to let him down, but we can hardly stand, let alone give a performance worthy of the Screaming Mammoths. He needs someone to play, but that someone doesn't need to be the Screaming Mammoths. Take our instruments and sing the song yourself. That cat will never know the difference. There's a lute and a drum in this chest.
Welcome back, friend. Rigord found Lady Isa. She's not as talkative as the women in Windhelm, but she's quite classy. Rigord is sure a Nord ballad will convince her to help make peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Where are the screaming mammoths? The screaming mammoths let you touch their instruments? Rigord tried to touch them after a performance in Nibelheim, and his brain still aches from the pummeling. Definitely Rigord's favorite head injury. Why did they give you their instruments? Rigord can be an official screaming mammoth? He can play the instrument of legendary lutist Frongir Half-Giant? Did Rigord drink a barrel of mead and find himself in a land made of dreams? These are honest questions. Rigord gets confused. Rigord's mind explodes like the top of Mount Vardenfell. Drinking mead with the mammoths was one thing, but playing their instruments is beyond Rigord's wildest imaginings. We will play Lady Isa the best ballad Elyswer has ever heard. Oh, your eyes shine like glowing mushrooms in glomerage. And you're sturdy as a mountain goat's hoof-fed feet. We should meet to drink mead and eat wolf meat.
Why are you singing to my house cat, Luna?
Lady Isa? Rigord has a logical explanation. You have great influence with the Khajiit, so Rigord wanted to impress you with a song. But first, he had to practice. On your cat, because he's like a tiny you.
It's difficult to imagine anything sadder than a confused Nord clutching a lute. Lady Isa is going to pretend that Ambassador Rigord did not just confuse her with a house cat. Your friend is the one who should apologize. His attempts at diplomacy have already offended Justo and sickened Al-Sadak. Fortunately for you, Lady Isa is convinced that Ambassador Rigord's intent is pure. She even brought him a peace offering. Rigord must be rewarded for his comical yet well-intentioned mission to improve relations between the Nords and Khajiit. Lady Isa brought an honorary collar and bell. He will wear it everywhere in Elyswer, so we can always know when he is near. No, but we can all see that Ambassador Rigord is very special. This one presents him with this dignified and stylish reward.
Lady Isa is eager to use her influence to bring peace between the Nords and Khajiit, isn't she? Nothing solves problems better than a traditional Nord love ballad. Except for mead. A collar and bell made to fit Rigord's rippling neck? Rigord will jingle it with pride. Please accept this gift, friend. Rigord could not have made peace between the Nords and Khajiit without you. This song is dedicated to Rigord's favorite diplomatic assistant, and Lady Isa, and that house cat, and increased peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Oh yeah, and mead!
Lady Isa will do her best to make peace between the Nords and Khajiit, just so you can make your way back to Skyrim.